in the quiet hum of a hospital room, a new life had just begun. Mine, my father, John, held me for the very first time. I was so small in his arms, a tiny, perfect bundle. The world outside this room, with all its noise and chaos, seemed to fade away. In that moment, it was just the two of us. He looked at me with a love so profound, it was as if he was memorizing every detail of my face. He whispered promises to me, promises of a future filled with laughter, adventure, and guidance. It was the purest form of happiness, a father and his newborn son at the very start of a long and beautiful journey together. But life, as we know, can be unpredictable. And sometimes the most beautiful beginnings are shadowed by the most heartbreaking endings. Just as our story was starting, a different one began to unfold. A doctor entered the room, his expression somber, his words heavy. Terminal illness. The words echoed in the sterile white room, a cruel and sudden verdict that shattered the perfect moment. I can only imagine the storm of emotions that crashed over my father. Shock, disbelief, a deep, gut-wrenching despair. He looked from the doctor back to me, his tiny, unknowing son, and the future he had just promised me seemed to dissolve into an impossible dream. How could he be a father, a guide, a protector, when his own time was so cruelly limited? The weight of a lifetime of unshared moments, ungiven advice, and unheard stories pressed down on him. The world he had envisioned for us was crumbling before he even had a chance to build it. It was a devastating blow, a thief in the night stealing not just his future, but the future he so desperately wanted to share with me. But in the face of despair, my father found a different kind of strength. He found a purpose. He refused to let his diagnosis be the final word. He couldn't give me a lifetime of his presence, but he could give me a lifetime of his words. So he began to write. Letter after letter, each one a piece of his heart, a fragment of his soul, sealed in an envelope for a future he would never see. The first letter was for my first birthday, then my second, my third, and on and on. He poured everything into those pages, his hopes for me, his dreams for my life, the lessons he'd learned, the jokes he wanted to share. His handwriting, sometimes steady, sometimes shaky with emotion, filled page after page. The stack of envelopes on his desk grew taller, a monument to a father's unwavering love. He wrote about learning to ride a bike, about the importance of kindness, about how to treat people with respect. He wrote about heartbreak, about resilience, and about never giving up on your dreams. Each letter was a conversation we would never have, a bridge he was building across time, connecting his world to mine. He was crafting a legacy, not of material things, but of love, wisdom, and the enduring spirit of a father, determined to be there for his son, no matter what. Then came the birthdays. My first, my fifth, my 10th. Each year, my mom would hand me an envelope. His handwriting on the front, my name, and the age I had just turned. The world moved on, seasons changed, and I grew up. But on each birthday, my father was there. His voice, reading the words he wrote so long ago, became the soundtrack to my life. On my 7th birthday, he told me a silly pirate joke that made me laugh until my sides hurt. On my 13th, as I was navigating the awkward maze of being a teenager, his letter arrived just in time. He wrote, "Son, life will feel confusing sometimes. You'll feel like you don't fit in. But always, always be true to yourself. Your heart is your best compass. It knows the way. And know that even when you feel alone, I am so incredibly proud of the person you are becoming." His words were a lifeline. He wasn't physically there to see me through my first crush or my first big disappointment, but his letters were. They were my secret, my source of strength. He taught me how to tie a tie for my high school graduation through a carefully written letter, complete with little hand-drawn diagrams. He was my guide, my confidant, my biggest fan, all from the pages of his letters. Each birthday was a bittersweet reunion, a reminder of the father I lost and the incredible father I had. As I entered adulthood, the letters evolved with me. They spoke of career choices, of finding a passion, of love, and building a family. On my 21st birthday, the letter wasn't just advice. It was a conversation between two men. He wrote about his own mistakes, his regrets, and his greatest joys. He shared his vulnerability, his humanity. He wrote, "Michael, by now you are a man. You will face challenges that test your spirit. You will know love that fills your heart, and you will know loss that breaks it. Through it all, Be a good man. Be kind, be honest, and love with everything you have. Your life is your story to write, and I have no doubt it will be a magnificent one. I love you, son. More than these words can ever say, reading that, I felt his presence so strongly. It was as if he was sitting right there with me, a hand on my shoulder, his voice steady and reassuring. His letters were no longer just messages from the past. They were a living, breathing part of me. They shaped the man I became, instilling in me the values he held so dear. He taught me how to be strong, how to be gentle, how to navigate the complexities of life with integrity and grace. He had given me the greatest gift a father could give, a lifetime of love and wisdom. And now, here I am. The stack of letters is smaller, the remaining birthdays fewer. I hold his last letter in my hands, the one for today. And next to me, my own son sleeps peacefully in his crib. I look at him, this new, perfect life, and I understand. I finally understand the depth of my father's love, the desperate need to leave something behind. His love didn't end with his last breath. It has traveled through time, carried in these letters, and it lives on in me. And now, it will live on in my son. I will tell him all about his grandfather, the man who loved him before he was even born. I'll share the stories, the jokes, the wisdom. The legacy my father built with ink and paper is not just a collection of letters. It's a chain of love passed from one generation to the next. He taught me that love is the one thing that death cannot touch. It's a promise, an echo that never fades. And as I look at my son, I make him a silent promise of my own, the same one my father made to me all those years ago. Thank you for watching our story. If it touched your heart, please share it, and remember to cherish the ones you love.